Away, you see the air swirl around an empty spot in the road as the distortion forms. As the portal forms, a figure in ornate robes of blue and silver, carrying a staff, steps through, looking around a moment before quickly approaching the docents. You're not close enough to make out the entire conversation, but overhear the name Dresden, the city of Jerascht, and a Sardian fleet. After several moments, the docents follow the robed figure back to the portal, which remains open.
Alright, docent? Oh, shit, yeah. Oh, that's a fine.
Going to Jerascht.
No, we are going to Jerascht. Okay. Oh, yeah, take damage. You have two heads.
Leave them angry.
Take damage. No,
Hold for narration. As you step through the portal, you hear a low hum resonating throughout the city. Several white puffs of smoke from the ships near the city catch your attention before you hear the sound of cannon fire. Overhead, you see a magical barrier flash brilliantly where cannonballs impact it. The figure in the blue robes is standing here.
Do we recognize him at all?
None of you do now.
Oh, okay.
What do his eyes look like?
Blue?
Evil.
Give me a number.
8.
No. Oh, are you more people from Jastri? Oh, sorry. Are all of you invisible?
Yeah.
Okay, even you are angry invisible?
No, I got held in.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're all invisible. I'm just gonna keep reading narration then. The figure in blue robes walks off.
Oh shit, maybe we can pull it up. Alright, I'll pop
No.
out.
You want
I'll
to?
go ahead and pop out, I guess.
Oh.
I was technically an honorary docent, but see what I can do.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yes? Hello?
Hello. Yes.
You're a seeker, I think?
Yes.
You just came to Jastri,
Yes.
grabbed the docents?
Yes.
I'm technically an honorary docent from Jastri. What seems to be the issue here?
Well, we had the docents come because Waylon had been here researching our walls to try and fix you up.
Hold back a step.
Yes.
When was Waylon here?
Been here over a mestron.
That's not Waylon.
He said his name was Waylon.
Yeah, so our Waylon was in a Dragon Crest prison until last night. There's been an imposter running around, which we found out last night.
Oh my.
So we're still working out.
Oh, that's not good.
Still working out the details, but our best guess is that's a Sardian agent from Dragon's Crest.
I see.
So you've had a Sardian agent researching your defenses and walls for a mestron.
Seems unfortunate.
That's one way to put it. Oh boy, alright, so, what are the rest of the docents doing here then?
Oh, well, I believe they were aiding at the wall at the moment. Hold for narration. After several minutes, you see several smaller ships making their way towards the city, breaking off from the main fleet. Several of the ships have something lashed to their bowsprit.
What's the bowsprit? The front.
Sorry, bowsprit.
What does it look like?
Something yellow?
Nope. No. Okay, sink those ships. Whatever you gotta do, now.
With dawning realization, you realize what is lashed to the bowsprit. Figures clad in yellow and bound in chains. From the wall you hear, "Chain bound! Don't let them reach the walls!"
Oh shit!
You see several golems atop the walls, moving about before a bolt of crimson lightning is hurled at the lead ship. Striking the figure in yellow, the ship is completely unfazed as the bolt is reflected back, the magical barrier absorbing the strike.
Try something else?
Yeah.
You said we're in the Dragon Crest, right?
We're in
Jerascht.
Jerascht? Oh yeah, that's right.
Gateway, city of
From farther down the wall you hear yelling. Expecting to see a ship at the wall, you're surprised when you don't see one. However, many of the golems have stopped working. Then you hear more yells, closer this time as the hum at the wall stops. The theocracy cannons begin firing into the city. The barrier down and the golem defender is partially deactivated. The Sardian forces make their landing. The theocracy is in Jerascht. A stray shot smashes into a nearby golem, hurling it from the wall and into the nearby building before landing in the street below. Making your way off the wall and into the city offers cover from the cannon fire at least. The sounds of combat and spellcasting fill the streets of Jerascht. As you make your way towards the great library, a figure dressed in red and white emerges from a side street. Over their armor, chains bind their chest and run down their arms. With them are numerous hulking figures in iron masks. Chains similarly bind their chest, tightly enough to cut into flesh, running down their arms. As the Inquisitor stretches their arms out, chains binding the figures shift, moving with a life of their own as they suddenly lash out at you. 3, 2, 1, lay on.
Oh boy, first sleep. Self rouse. That'll work. Choose your power dart, get some drink.
Free count, we go in.
Same. Choose your power dart. Got it, counter. Oh, I got that one. Truly pure power dart, engage 2 drain. Mr. Truly pure power dart, engage 2 drain. Truly pure power dart, engage 2 drain. Oh, there's that.
3 hits.
Oh, truly pure power dart, engage 2 drain.
Got it.
Flavor new limb.
Engage 4 hits.
Oh, no. Engage 2. Wait, are you raging?
Yeah.
You're immune.
Got it.
No response?
No.
Got it. Got it. 3 hits. Got it. Got it. Got it. Why can't I be flying?
I got the hit. Truly pure power dart, 2 drain.
Blade burst heal 2.
Thank you.
Continue resting while I narrate. You hear cannon fire, combat, and spells all around you still. A familiar brilliant flash from the tower of the great library as another barrier repels a cannonball. You see other wizards heading towards the tower as quickly as possible, and you can see spells launched from the tower out into the city and out towards the fleet at sea. As you mount the stairs and look back, you see the docks are ablaze, the Sardian landing ships on fire and spreading to nearby buildings. Soldiers wearing the colors of theocracy aren't far behind you, several wizards falling to their advance at the foot of the great library steps.
Inspect aura. I
On.
want to find the luckiest aura I can.
What, to find our way through the mess?
3,
Find my way to.
2, 1.
I'm here for
Lay
one
on.
thing. There's a dead corpse of a dead immortal. First sleep. Or if you're raging, you're not immune. That's it. Are we? Oh, my bad. You choose your power dart, engage 2 drain. Okay, choose your power dart, engage 2 drain. Choose your power dart, engage 2 drain. That's fine, still 1.
You just approaches gate main.
Oh no, I'm about to get free crit. Crit, 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 crit. God damn it, crit!
He died to crit, so yeah, he's gone.
I am correct. The last time I spoke to what's his face, he said Mirren's body was here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Looking for the luckiest aura around.
All right.
Are you looking for Minra or are you looking for Mimicry?
Oh, I'm looking for Minra. I don't give a fuck about what else the docents are doing.
As the gases wizards get the golem defenders operational again, Dresden approaches you. His robe has been slashed and he no longer has his staff. Unfortunate. Hello again.
Hello again. So those chainbound are a bitch.
They are, yes.
Why? What's with your defenses being reflected?
Something appears to have taken down part of the golem network and the magical barrier at the docks.
Yeah, don't think it could have been that Sardian agent.
Yes, I quite believe that may be the case. Before we managed to get the golems back online, several Sardians managed to force their way into the Great Library.
Ooh, yeah, that's not good.
Nope.
That's not good at all. They better not be giving me a reason to go chase out the Sardians again. Are they still there?
They're still in there.
What?
Their path of destruction, they probably know where they're going.
Besides just books, what's in there that we need to be worried about?
Vault?
Where's the vault?
Below the Great Library.
I guess that's where we're headed.
That is a wellspring. Do you have a key?
Oh,
Consult.
if you can't get...
And you know which one.
Like you need to be quiet.
Dark Lord of the Girl. Is Myrna's body in the vault?
Part of it.
That's all I needed. Thank you, Dark Lord. Bless.
Let me get the golems to open the doors.
Can't the golems go in?
Well, there are some in there.
Can't some goblins on our side go in?
Goblins?
Goblins.
Gold.
We don't want the goblins. Keep your goblins.
Look, I took a hit.
Next cinematic. Making your way into the Great Library, you step over the bodies of several wizards. The golems in the entry hall are still disabled, and the magical lights that normally light the library are out.
Oh, that's not good. And adapt darkness. Oh, well, that fucked that one up. Oh!
You want to pull out the balefire?
Alright.
Okay.
Now you see your horror coming. This is worse.
Are there like corpses littered anywhere, or does this look like destruction?
Oh, yes.
I mean, we literally stepped over a body of a wizard. It's right there.
Monsters, come behind me.
Can I commune corpse?
Sure.
Can I help?
Listening in.
Which way do they go?
Do we get to be the corpses?
That way.
I got you.
Follow the trail.
Thank you,
just on.
friend. I was kind of like boot them back down. Alright, we're so close. Okay, so back that way. I have a reason to hate Sardians again. Let's just go murder.
Brian. For all they know, we're going to find out. Commune spirit with the dead wizard.
What do you want to know? What do you want to say?
You want to come with us and help kick some ass?
Sure.
Oh, come on, soul.
Come on, no, we got to do a circle here.
Is this going to be a resurrect?
We're going to do necro dance.
I'm going to let y'all necro dance.
The necro dance here.
Oh shit, all four of us have resurrect.
I've never seen you so excited in my life.
Because all the people just said, let's get back up.
Come on, soul.
Yeah. You will resurrect.
So I've got the souls and he's got the bodies, so I think we just doubled their army set.
Can we quadruple it? I've got resurrect, you've got resurrect.
Oh yeah, we'll make this real dirty, real quick.
You see a light up ahead, followed by smoke. The theocracy has started to put the library to the torch. Hearing you approach, they turn their attention away from the fire and draw their weapons. Due to thick smoke in the area, all players are afflicted by the flaw always dazzled. Adapt gas may be used to negate this effect. The theocracy agents are immune to spell, sign, and magic triggers.
Remind me, what is that? Is it a cure? No, it's not. Is it it's an affliction? Yep. Counter.
He said always.
Always. Oh, well, that's gonna get real dirty real quick. Oh, that means no gaze at that.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Okay. I see how this is written.
It was written as if the theocracy knew that they would be facing a city full of wizards. And the Inquisition tends to be very good at fighting groups of wizards.
All right.
3, 2, 1, lay on.
Ray.
Sparkly.
They're immune to spell, sign, and magic triggers. Yeah, you can cast them on yourself and your allies, yes.
On site.
So with his hands, it knocks down their one hit. So if y'all
Straight by the tree. Straight by the tree.
They both do well, so take your hand only deals with damage. Thank you. I want my gazes back. Yes, my eyes hurt.
Blinded by the light.
I don't think gazes work anyway because you know all the magic.
Use both of these things. Good thing I just broke.
Damn those Inquisitors.
They didn't expect the necromancer that doesn't attack
First of all,
magic.
for not making me hate Guardians.
Turns out this is sharp.
Oh! Pointy objects! Wizards don't use those!
Therion takes personal offense.
Making your way through the library, you fight off several more groups of soldiers attempting to set the collected knowledge ablaze. As you make your way deeper, you hear raised voices from nearby.
Inspect evil. Does it sound like evil voices?
I don't think there's a narrative effect for listen, but speak to a carrot, translate, Apunin, feral.
It is not Dracaric.
Is it in not common?
It is not common.
Steric.
It may be Steric.
Translate.
Just before you round the corner, you hear struggled words in Dracaric and hear a sudden roar of wind as several Sardian soldiers are flung down the hall along with fist-sized chunks of ice. Rounding the corner, you see another robed figure on their hands and knees, collapsing to the floor as several more Sardian soldiers turn their attention from them to you.
Same mechanics.
There's no more smoke, but the Sardians are still immune to spell, sign, and magic triggers.
So there's still smoke. Is what I'm hearing.
3, 2, 1, lay on.
Tired rage.
I see how this is going.
Hey.
Got it. Prentice! I need 3. Thank you. Yeah. Let's keep this train going. Who's going to pass? You're going to hit something. 1.3 first kill 4. Oh, boy. I'll take that one first. Got it. Die, soldier!
No.
I just fought my magic back! I took that one. Got it.
I can tell when you use 3 turns.
Oh, okay.
Play first heal 2. Play first heal 2.
3 more baby.
By who?
The Sardians dispatched. You can now reach the robed figure on the floor. Ahead of you is another pair of doors covered in runes. There are several golems in the hall who appear to have been halted in the middle of action. One has fallen over against the doors. Unlike the other golems you've seen, these have been crafted to resemble actual people, granted 12-foot tall people.
Inspect magic on the door.
Inspect magic on the door. The doors are magically sealed and activated.
Magically sealed and activated, okay. I'm assuming it has something to do with golems.
I know how to dispel things.
There's a person in robes laying on the floor still amongst a bunch of Sardians.
Shit. Inspect wounds?
He was stabbed.
Like, is he
Whole
dead?
bunch.
Or
Oh, he's not dead yet.
Okay.
Oh, he's not dead yet? I'll just reinforce him right there.
Let's try using 1, 2, 3. Heal one?
Get back up.
Apprentice. Oh,
I can only do the big heals when something's dead.
Guardians are inside. If you want them not to be, let us in.
Okay.
What happened to your golden suit?
I'm not sure. I was running from the Sardians and was hoping the golems would be active.
Did you see a fox?
No.
Oh, shit.
Should I have seen a fox?
Well, there's a Sardian agent been disguising himself as a kitsune running around for the past semester.
Oh, speaking of,
Waylon?
Yeah, the real Wayland's here somewhere. This was not the real Wayland. He was in jail.
Oh. We shouldn't have let him in then.
Oh.
Or the real one either, I suppose, if he was in jail.
Also probably wise.
Well, the golems normally guard the vault, but they seem to have, they would only have moved if somebody tried to access it, but I'm not sure who tried to access it.
Yes.
I can reactivate them if no other Sardians interrupt me. Just a moment.
Shit, defend him.
That player is not present, so we just skip that scene.
yeah.
Pity.
Who was it for?
Rex.
Oh, well, that's a shame. He's off hunting.
Continuing farther, you see tapestries hanging... Sorry, I think I have to read the first part of that one. Even though Brooks isn't here. Entering the vault, you stand before a seemingly endless, expansive array of rooms. While some thought has been given to the layout, it would take decades to find anything specific without assistance. From somewhere off in the distance, you can hear someone in the vault. Approaching cautiously, you end up in a section of the vault dedicated to the Nether. Continuing farther, you see tapestries hanging from the wall. They depict a woman of obvious importance with other robed figures. Another shows her with several objects: a silver chalice, a golden hourglass, a glass sword. The rest of the tapestry is too damaged to make out. Up ahead, you see another group of Sardians is currently rifling through books, magic items, and relics. One takes a silver chalice and stows it away. They haven't noticed you yet. Loot, monsters, loot! Lay on.
How far out is our way?
Are you just wanting to go past them?
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, I have a...
So on the tapestry, you said there was chalice and glass sword.
Golden hourglass. That's all you can tell.
So is there like a continuous?
So we can keep going if y'all just want to keep going.
Oh, fuck these losers. Oh, well.
This is another area.
Okay, let's go.
How often do you go out of your way for a fucking...
You're right. Same rules as before?
Yes.
Alright, does about one work for you?
No, sorry, no!
Okay.
Ray! We will
See
let
you
you
then,
in
Papa.
if you just
Look at your arms. I promise
Alright.
it'll go good for you.
Papa.
Guarantee it. Oh, you did. I forgot.
I'm sorry about that.
Alright. Alright.
Alright, I'll count to 3.
Alright. Give me another
You
one.
gotta count that shit out loud.
Alright, 1,
I saw you.
2, 3.
Like, do they have the artifacts on their person, or can I possibly pick one up?
You can try and pick up one of the ones that they haven't picked up yet.